my chair here. More importantly, you're looking at my floor. The reason you're seeing the floor here, people have been asking, hey Rob, do a room tour, do a room tour. The truth of the matter is, with reviewing action figures and things like this, the floor was just covered in boxes of stuff. You could never see it on the Rogue show because you only saw it from just the back seat of the chair. I just had boxes and just different things all around, and I hadn't really decided on what I was putting where, and I'm not still really sure of it. So because we had a Halloween party last night for some friends, that I cleaned everything and I meticulously put all my action figures in, different poses and placed them around where I wanted everything. I thought, you know what, this is a good opportunity to do a room tour that people have been asking for. So for the continued support here on Rob's Rogues, I thank you very much. I wanted to do it at 1,000 subscribers, but I got lazy and just started reviewing other things. So now, as a November 1st gift to you guys, the viewers, I'm going to give you the room tour. Now, this is not my entire collection. The room is only so big to be able to put things in and around. So this is what I have currently on display, and right now I don't have a display for my Star Wars stuff that I'm starting to get. I do have an empty shelf, but I'll explain once we get over there. So we'll start with the computer. As you know, this is where I'm sitting editing all the videos and everything like that. So I did have my chess set sitting right here, the Eagle Moss chess set, and I wanted more space here, so I moved it over on a shelf behind me that you'll see in just a second. But this is the stack of comics. Not doing a Sunday comic corner today. I know I missed the last couple weeks. I will fire it back up, but you can see the stack of books here that I just have yet to read. And I picked up some more. Here's Robin, Son of Batman, issue 5. I haven't read that one yet with the Halloween party getting ready. I just was not well prepared for the Sunday comic corner. So you see some stuff I've got bagged and boarded, and something I do want to show off here. Olivia Automatica sent me this. It's the Batman and Robin Eternal, signed by James Tynion and Flora, if I'm saying that right. I can't read today, but very well. Two great signatures on the New York Comic-Con 2015 variant cover, so very, very cool. So I'm going to get that hung up and hopefully get it behind me, and so very cool. So here's some of the comic stash that I have to go through, either catalog, this is my read pile, and this is to put away. So here's some of what you're looking at right here. This is the Purple Planet 10, a music project of original recordings that I wrote, about 6 original songs. This is the album cover that a friend of mine did, and it's on a very, very large canvas. So to give you a size comparison, here's a Batman and Robin Jim Lee poster, the 24 by 30, I think. So as you can see, I probably can't even get this all in frame. You can see how big it is. It is a rather large painting that he did. Now I'll kind of get up close here so you can see his detail work. There's a light on this camera. There's the light. So I love this piece. It is really huge. He's like, how big do you want it? And the guy that was doing the photography said, oh, a decent size, just so it photos really well. So he asked me, he said, what is the Purple Planet 10? I said, oh, it's a planet that's on fire, and I like the rings of Saturn, so that's what he came up with. Here are 2 albums that I've recorded. So I play drums on this one, and on this one as well, Broken Ground. So there's my ugly mug. Hey Rob, how's it going? So cool. Alright, now onto the superhero stuff, which I'm sure this is why people are wanting to see. So here's something that I turn the light back off here. Apologize. Maybe. There we go. Barry Kingston did this. Nice watercolor sketch of Robin Tim Drake. You can see, to Rob, best wishes, Barry Kingston, 2014. He was the final artist on the Batman and Night Quest series, the last issue. I loved his Tim Drake Robin. And this is the first sketch that I had done. It's on Batman Superman, New 52 comic number 1. And I was like, I know Robin, Tim Drake's not in the story. And the cool thing he said was, he's like, this is a blank sketch cover. He's like, that's the great thing about these. You can get whatever you want on it. So who's your favorite character? I said, Tim Drake Robin. He said, then that should be the first sketch you ever get is your favorite character. So I love this piece. There's my Batman Eternal poster. I was really hoping there was going to be a Batman and Robin Eternal poster. But that was not the case. My Ben Affleck Batman versus Superman poster. So I haven't reviewed him yet, but there's the Artifacts Green Arrow statue. Putting some light on there. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with this file cabinet. I've got my Lego figures up here. I just did the review for, there's Robin and New 52 Batman and the Harbor Boat. We've got Deathstroke over here. There he is. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with this desk or with the file cabinet yet, but you can see the Jim Lee Batman sketch figure. Love his figure. He really can't be viewed really well. I just had him set there for the party, so when you kind of walked in the door, you saw that right away, but it's kind of hidden behind the Robin tumbler glasses. I've had this glass since I was 6 years old. Believe that? It's a Pepsi glass from 1978. I didn't get it in 78, but it was given to me as a birthday present. And then my wife got me this one last year. So moving on, there's my Batman cowl, Batman Forever cowl. Got on a mannequin. Again, I don't know entirely where I'm going to put that. Some CDs and different things like that. So my hero clicks that I have here, most of all of them came in one set, a Batman New 52 set. It's a Batman Pez dispenser. The Arkham Origins Robin, I bought that one, and 2 Titans. I may have done an unboxing on those. The Vampire Batman was sent to me by Maxwell, along with that Batman. There's a Tim Drake up here somewhere. He might be upstairs. He sent me that as also. For the podcasting, this is my podcasting little music stand of my wife's here. Got my headphones on it. Comics that I'm currently reading or going to be doing podcasts on. There's Batman and Robin Eternal. We're going to try and do one soon. Probably seen this in a shot too. This is the Best Buy standee from Batman Arkham Origins. My wife said, you're only getting it, asked for it because of the Tim Drake Robin right there. Yeah, that's why. The back of it I thought was pretty cool. So, there's my outside. Hey, how about that? There are my Hobby Lobby metal signs. I just put those up yesterday. So I've got Jose Garcia, praise be his name. Batman and Robin. And there's my name. Very easy. So that's it. You want to see some figures? Yes, of course we do. Alright, the stuff you're like, okay Rob, let's get to the stuff. So here are all of my New 52 figures. Well, I'm gonna lie, we'll start in the back. There's my Mattel figures. Deathstroke, jeez. Darkseid's really kind of hiding the Penguin back here. Before I put up this big metal shelf, it was a lot easier to get to them. My CD cabinet was back here. So it's a real far stretch to get back there, so I don't know if they're going to stay there or not, but that's currently where they are. There's the Young Justice Collect and Connect Hall of Justice. It's pretty cool. There are the 10-inch figures and the Robin figure that I bought right after ODC's wedding that the 4-hour drive back turned into a 12-hour drive back from New York just because we were stopping at every Toys R Us, Target, and Walmart on the way back home. Long trip. There is my signed Neil Adams poster. I think the signature's back there somewhere. Very cool. And that's his sketch as well. Okay, now let's get into some figures. So here's all my New 52 figures. I need some levels back here to kind of create some height and depth into all of them. This has been a fun wave from DC Collectibles. I'm sad that the scale change in DC Collectibles. I think the Icons line is going to be really good, but I wanted to continue to add, like, Mr. Miracle would have been really cool in here, but now he's going to be too short, too skinny for this particular line of figures. Doesn't mean I can't start a whole new line, but I don't think I'm going to get that deep into the Icons line. I'll probably just cherry pick from it. But I really want to try and finish the new 52 figures if I possibly can, now that I know that they are officially at an end. I believe I have reviewed all of them. Deathstroke is kind of a back rower. He's prone to falling. I do have some of the new DC bases on these figures. I want to get all of them on their nice base so I don't have to worry about figures toppling over. And of course, the big, large Darkseid. I want a couple Parademons to go with him. The next shelf is kind of my statue shelf. I love this Robin statue. There's my Batman Arkham Origins Joker collector statue. Eagle Moss, Red Robin. There's the Robin figure. I forgot I put him in there, the Heroes Click. My DC chess set. I haven't done some of these in a while. I do have quite a few of them. I think Lex Luthor, I don't even know if I've reviewed him yet. I've shot the video for him. So that's my King on the villain side. I still have some holes back here. You can see all of the heroes back here. I apologize for the lighting. I don't have any lights underneath here, so I have to use camera light. So I've got somebody to replace Batwing. He's cool, but I'm not a big Batwing fan. So I have Zatanna is going to be standing in for Batwing. I'm only missing just Batgirl, so that's going to be pretty cool. There's Zatanna right there. New 52 Joker. Batman Arkham Knight collector statue. Really, really cool. Again, love the game. You're looking at a box of macaroni and cheese. Rob, why do you have a box of macaroni and cheese? Because it's got Batman on it. DC Superheroes, let's get the light off here. DC Superheroes Macaroni and Cheese. The New Adventures of Batman. Any takers of how old this box of macaroni is? My wife's like, why do you have a box of macaroni? There we go. June 12th, 2015, or June 12th, 2000. I almost said 2015. So, yeah, I think I can make a box of this. It'll be all right. So there's the stuff you could get on the back here. There's the Dick Grayson Batman statue. Love this statue. My Dark Knight Rises DVD collector's edition. These guys are pretty cool. I thought about doing a review for them. So little wind-up toys. There's Batman, Robin. I still haven't sent this to Stu Murray. I need to do that, but I got one for Stu, unless he already has one. And then there's Batman. My comic book shelf. This is the main reason why I bought this big metal shelf here, is to house all of my comic books. Again, I have some random figures up here. My animated series Robin Nightlight. Got some video games. This is not signed or anything. I just wanted to frame this variant cover. I think Olivia's Batman and Robin Eternal signed is going to go into this frame, and that's what's going to get hung up. I just haven't done it yet. All my graphic novels, if anybody cares to see them. These are really cool. The visual history books, the complete history of all the Batman characters that ever were. And I have a DC one. I have the Batman Arkham Universe. I believe I sent one of these to, or I actually sent and gave one to ODC. That's me as a wedding gift. This is really cool for us Arkham Knight geeks to kind of geek out on all the tech gear and the history of the characters in the Arkhamverse. So that's pretty cool. And I just knocked over Batman. There he is, he's back up. So I've got some DC Collectibles figures I need to move around. I've got the animated series figures. The two that I have the whole Kenner line. If you've been watching Rogues long enough, you've seen them. So I'm going to cherry pick this line and just get my favorite characters from the series. So these were some books that I found. Some animated series figures books that I had off frame. My novels, Batman novels here. Rise of Senzu, the companion to the video game. Batman Forever, the 89 novelization. So some cool stuff there. Like I said, my comics, I got some puzzles. So this is the big thing. I wanted it to be heavy and sturdy enough to support all of my short boxes and comics. And eventually what's going to happen is the more comics I collect, this whole entire shelf is probably going to be full of nothing but comics. So I'm going to have to find a new home eventually for these, or just get another shelf. But I still have some time left. My DVD shelf, which we really don't care about, to see. What you probably want to see is more closely to my Robin display. This is not all of the Robin figures that I have. I'm going to do a Robin figure collection, kind of like Stu has done sometimes in the past with his Superman action figures. I want to try and get all of my Robin figures all in one place at the same time. So I'll do a separate video for that. But this is just currently what I decided to put up on this DVD shelf. Just some stuff. Edgar sent me this. Love this guy. My replacement, DC Universe, a Young Justice Robin. I had a defective hip, and I got this one. I never opened it and decided to keep it in the box. I still have the defective hip Robin. Where we were at was one of the other shelves I have here of my DC Direct figures. Like I said, I have Series 1 of the Hush figures. I got them really cheap. I can't remember what it was. The comic shop that I used to go to was going out of business, and I want to say I got all of the figures for I think $30, and that was a huge steal. So I gotta apologize for the poor lighting. Richard Knepp sent me this guy, the variant, the untorn Batman from what is that? Infinity, I think. Identity Crisis, I mean. I think that's that figure, so I have yet to review him. I apologize, Richard. I've got these two figures are not on my New 52 stand. Kind of had like a father-son, father-daughter theme going up here on this top shelf. So, the very first Damian Wayne figure. Batman Incorporated Batman. I still think this is one of my favorite Batman out of my collection. I love the Batman Incorporated suit. I kind of wish that was the New 52 suit. But as you can tell, they're both, very similar. So that was the first trunkless Batman. I just love the old classic Batman logo. Another Hobby Lobby sign right there. My favorite Tim Drake Robin figure, in case anybody's wondering, it's the Batman and Son 2-pack Robin that came with Damian. I just love the cape. I just love this figure. I was talking about the Stephanie Brown Batgirl. Eventually I will get to her review. And then I got this off of DC Collectors Exchange. Your name is escaping me, sir, if you're watching this, but I apologize. I'll think of it probably after I shut off the camera. So we'll step down here. Hey, Robin, how's it going? I don't have a whole lot of figures in package still. I don't know what it is about this DC Super Friends Robin, apologize about that I feel the need to not have out of package. I liked him in the package, and he's the only one that I have, so I thought, I'll keep him in. A very cool gift from ODC, that's me. I do have this figure. I bought it way back when in '89 when it came out, but it's really cool to have one mint on card now, so very cool. And then the Batman Robin. I've ever shown this one either. Again, I think the only reason why I've never opened it is just because he's the only one that I have. He would go great on my Robin display, just as the DC Super Friends figure would, but for now, that's where he is. Okay, screw the cord. I had to unplug it. About killed myself trying to get on my step. Here's the other shelf that I have my figures on. Here are my Batman Arkham figures. This used to be the shelf that those guys were on, but I moved them over there. Kind of gave the Arkham figures a little more room to breathe, but as you can tell, this shelf is getting really, really full. This Killer Croc here, ODC is getting to be quite a feature already. These last two videos. This is how I met ODC, that's me. He had got this from, I can't remember where he picked it up from, but his Killer Croc arm broke, and he had made a post on his video, said, hey, if anybody wants this, all you have to do is pay for shipping. And I was like, oh, I'll take him if you don't want him. And that's how I got to know ODC, that's me. That's how he became a rogue. So thank you, brother. I love his figure. And then as I got ready to review it, I broke the other arm off. So I super glued the arms back in, and they no longer move. I think there's a way I can actually fix him, but Killer Croc's just going to stay there. So I have got the Mattel chewing gum Two-Face right there. This is, Chapman Films has called him, I believe. And eventually I'll get the DC Collectibles one. That's why he's still there. There's the Mattel Deathstroke. I have not picked up the DC Collectibles Deathstroke yet. Eventually it'll be on my list. So there's Harley Quinzel back there. Again, I need to get some different levels in some of these figures because some of them get lost back here. I apologize about the lighting. This side of the room is really, really dark, so I hope you can make all of these out. As you can see, Hush has kind of fallen. So that's nice to know. I'm glad that he fell back into a display. The Arkham Knight, I've reviewed him. I like the figure, but I am going to be repainting the head so it looks blue and shiny like the red hood. That's how this helmet should have looked. It should have been blue. There was a little bit of blue up in here. This is not the review for him, but I'm going to add the blue back to him where he should be. I think it's the only misstep in this figure, other than as far as he doesn't move very well. But anyway, I have not reviewed this guy yet, the Joker from Arkham Asylum. I think he could be a bootleg. I got him off eBay for really, really cheap. If he is a bootleg, he sure heck looks like the real deal. So I'm glad to have him. Some of my villains up here. There's the Electrocutioner. Firefly, I love that figure. Hugo Strange. Here are my Greg Capullo figures. Now I've got some actual lights in here. Freeze, Nightwing, the Riddler, Talon. I want a couple other Talons. Batman. Robin from Batman and Son animated feature. I know it's not the Capullo line, but he sure fits very well in with the Capullo series. That and the Batman and Son Batman figure does not stand for anything, so I thought, you know what? I want Robin in this setup, and he works really well. Commissioner Gordon, one of the gems in this line. Everybody was like, when are we going to get a Gordon? When are we going to get a Gordon? We finally get one, and now we're going to get one in the Arkham Knight line. There's the DC UC Joker playing cards. That was kind of fitting to do. Thrasher Batman. There's Batgirl. I did her box portion of the review. Have not reviewed her yet, but here she is. Catwoman and 0 Year Batman there in the back. And now the shelves that started everything on YouTube for me. My DC UC figures. So here are all of them. Another pickup from ODC, I believe. Shiny Ass Batman, as coined by one Chapman Films. It's really kind of interesting looking at all of these DC UC figures. This is how I got to know some of the rogues on the Rogue Show and some of you other reviewers out there. And this is what started all of my reviewing. There's some figures from Chapman Films up there. That just means a lot that people have watched Rob's Rogues this long, and hopefully you're enjoying the content here. I know our room tour is long overdue, but I just never felt like I had enough to show for a room tour, but I'm imagining this is going to probably be a long enough video. Here are my DCUC Batman figures, Bat Family. I like that Killer Croc. He looks more like the Lizard from the 2003 Batman line. They have a couple Movie Masters figures in there. I know this Azrael doesn't fit in there as I was talking about scale, but I don't have the DC Direct version of that. I think it's my favorite version of Azrael Batman. I love that costume, so I thought I would throw him in here. 2003 Mr. Freeze, another good figure. Collect and Connect Batman, or Batman, geez. Collect and Connect Bane. There is the Street Lamp from the Carrie Kelly Robin, which is in here somewhere. There you are. Damian Robin from Chapman Films gave it to me as a gift. Again, thank you, sir. Superpowers Penguin. In the front here, I've got my Batman and Robin set up through the ages. There's like the Golden Age. We've got Dick Grayson Robin, and we've got Nightwing in the back. Never got a hold of the blue Nightwing. He's crazy expensive right now. I've thought about painting that one to look like the New 52 since he does have the red, the Renegade. There's Batgirl from the 2-pack with the Batman that's right there. And there's my Batman and Robin like Jason Todd, which I know people say this is the Golden Age Dick Grayson, but I think he looks more Jason Toddish with his hair. So I'm trying to track down the DC UC Red Hood figure from the Signature series. I think that was called. I can't remember now. It was too long ago, but I want to get that one and have him back here. So I've got Red Hood. There's Tim Drake, Movie Masters. Alfred. It's my Tim Drake line. So we've got Tim Drake with blue and gray Batman, and then Tim Drake 1 year later with black and gray Batman. See how I did that? New 52 Batgirl with New 52 Batman and New 52 Damian. So it's kind of mirrored. What? Okay, maybe just me. And then some of the figures I really liked were the Young Justice figures. It's kind of a big reviewing phase for me. So I thought, well, we've got Batman and Robin from Young Justice here. I love the dioramas that came with these. And I thought, well, these are the only, Batman's the only adult figure that they made. So I thought, you know what? I want to put some of my DC UC figures with the Mentors, which is why I bought the New 52 Aquaman, since I was taking Aquaman from up top and putting him with Aqualad, the same thing. I bought a New 52 Flash so I could have the classic one down here with Kid Flash. Chapman Films sent me this Superman. Very cool. Now I have my own Superman instead of the DC UC. We've got Red Arrow back there with Sportsmaster. And then Artemis with Green Arrow. And again, that's why I bought the more modern Green Arrow, so I could have the classic one down here. And my bottom shelf here, this is kind of where I was thinking about putting my Star Wars figures. Black Series, you can see I've got some of the 3 3/4 inch multiverse figures down here. It's kind of just a storage place at the moment. Maybe the animated series figures will go down here. It's kind of a low shelf to have figures on. No one's really going to see them. Kind of thought the Batmobile would look cool down here. So maybe my DC UC figures may kind of go down on the shelf, and maybe the Young Justice figures will go down here and have animated up. I don't entirely know what I'm going to do with everything yet. So I know this video is probably longer than I initially thought it was going to be. A couple of wooden plaques I got at my local Meijer. But so this is part of my collection. It's not everything. There's still plenty upstairs that maybe I'll go up there and do one. A lot of those are in boxes, are yet to be reviewed. I've got some Marvel stuff upstairs, not a whole lot. And I've got a ton of Star Wars stuff still in storage. So this is just a quick tour around the room. People have been asking to see my collection. Like some of us have said, some of my collection is in storage, so I'm not able to show everything. But at least the stuff that maybe if you're watching Rob's Rogues, we do the Rogue Show or do my live videos, you kind of see stuff behind me and you're like, what's that? I can't make that out. Well, this is stuff that's behind me. So hope you guys like this this room tour. It's probably a little long. People are like, oh, I don't care. But I know some of you have been asking for a room tour, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Still need to figure out what to do with these guys. I did have the Kotobukiya statues behind me, but because of the chess set, they took up some good real estate. So I'm still planning and moving things around. So thanks for watching, and I think that's it. Take care.